What album should I review next? Ah, I've got it! Clone? Have you heard of the band named Anti-Flag? No, I never heard of the band Anti-Flag. Is it a band that is against flags? You know, like one of our YouTube friends, Anti-Cena guy. Adam against John Cena. Anti-Cena guy. A band against flags? I don't get it. You really don't understand the band title, do you? Get out.
Broken bones and broken glass, broken hearts and broken heads, living the life. Whoa. Close my eyes, try to make it last. Outrun the wretched memories of my past.
Hey guys, it's the StrongBoys19 here, and apologies from my clone who's been a nuisance earlier in the video. So, without any further ado, it's time for another album review. So, for today's review is for the new Anti-Flag album named The General Strike. Now, for those who don't know the band Anti-Flag, they're a 1980s punk band, but then they've reformed in the 90s and they've released all sorts of different great albums. And I mainly remember a few songs from this band, you know, The Press Corps and This Is the End and Die for Your Government. So definitely listen to Anti-Flag if you haven't yet. And if you haven't got The General Strike, pick it up, whether it's from eBay or Play.com or Amazon. Or if you downloaded Spotify, then you can listen to the whole album from there, because I surely did. I listened to the full album on Spotify once again. So, the label for this album is Side 1 Dummy Records, and it's produced by Anti-Flag, and it was released on the 20th of March this year, and the whole album is 27 minutes and 16 seconds long. So, that is a pretty short Anti-Flag album. It's less than half an hour long, which we all know. So, everything from this band, from this album, is really, really good. And it's just non-stop awesome punk from beginning to end, just like all of the other Anti-Flag albums, especially for Blood and Empire. That album is one of the best albums from the band, and even The General Strike. So, it has 12 tracks, and there are some bonus tracks on here, which are Skate and Whistleblower, and it has some really good, catchy parts from most of these songs, especially, you know, the verses and the choruses and the middle parts, you know, interlude, etc. So, the sounds of the instruments sound really good, and the production is really cool as well. And this whole album is basically non-stop aggressiveness and heaviness, and it's just basically raw as it goes along because of the aggressive riffs from the guitars, the aggressive drumming, and the shouting, chanting vocals, and everything else from this whole album. My favourite songs from this album are Controlled Opposition, the Neoliberal Anthem, This Is the New Sound, Bullshit Opportunities, The Ranks of the Masses Rising, Broken Bones, I Don't Wanna, Nothing Resits Like Progress, Resist, and The Ghosts of Alexandria. Those are one of my favourite songs on this album. And there's been some really good song structures from the songs on this album as well. And this whole album is just basically one of my favourite releases of 2012 this year. which is pretty something, because I never used to listen to a lot of Anti-Flag besides from the songs I mainly remembered from this band. So I listened to a lot of more Anti-Flag after the general strike, because I like this band a whole lot more now. So if you are really into all different types of punk bands, whether it's Blink-182 and the Sex Pistols and the old Green Day and all sorts, then definitely listen to Anti-Flag for those who didn't check out the band yet. And I really enjoyed this album all the way through. I just really liked a lot of different punk music that has been really cool and simple, because we all know that punk is a popular music genre since it began in the 70s from the very first punk bands, you know, the Sex Pistols and the Ramones and all sorts, etc. And punk is just basically a simple genre with simple 3-chorded guitar riffs and some simple great drumming and shouting vocals. Everything from this album is really good, and I highly recommend it for those who are big fans of Anti-Flag. So without any further ado, I'm going to give this album, The General Strike by Anti-Flag 5 out of 5 stars, because it was that amazing. Just like all of the other releases that have been released this year that have been great. So that's my album review for the Anti-Flag album, The General Strike. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll keep you posted for more album reviews and other videos really soon. Rock on, guys.